What's good, everybody on YouTube? This is your boy Akil McLeod, and I'm a full-time eBay and Poshmark seller. And in today's video, I got a brand new thrift store haul full of items to resell on eBay and on Poshmark. So if you guys are interested in these kind of thrift haul videos, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright y'all, so starting things off is this pair of Brooks running shoes, and these are the Brooks Ghost 10 model. And as you guys know, if you guys have been following along with some of my thrift store hauls, this is definitely one of my favorite shoes to sell because it usually always sells fairly quickly for me within at least 2 weeks, and it always sells for decent profit. So I picked this one up from a Goodwill for only $6, and these were in really good condition. The only problem was that whoever owned these prior wrote beach or hike on the size tag, but other than that, these shoes were in really good condition, and I hope they do sell fast. So be on the lookout for Brooks sneakers, especially the Ghost 10 model. Here's another first time buy for me, and these shoes are by Huff, and this is the Huff Dylan model. And usually I pass on shoes like this that don't have a ton of comps, but I put these up on Poshmark, and I should be getting somewhere between 25 to maybe 30 bucks for these shoes because they was in really good condition, practically brand new, and that's the only reason why I picked them up. And honestly, if I was only selling on eBay or before I had changed my Poshmark strategy, I probably would have left these behind, but I'm pretty sure these will sell for at least 25 bucks. Keeping things going with the shoes, and this is a pair of Hoka 1-1s, and these are the Challenger AT3 models. And as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of selling Hoka 1-1s. Like I said, a huge fan of selling, not necessarily a fan of the shoe. This is definitely not my style whatsoever, but these shoes are huge sellers for me, and I actually used to find a ton of these when I first started thrifting, but I'm pretty sure I probably put out the information out there, and now I'm not finding them as often. So I mean, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, anytime I do find them in good condition, I will always still pick them up because I always get at least 40 to, if the condition is really good, I might get as high as like 70 to 80 bucks depending on the shoe. But the Challenger ATRs, I probably should get somewhere between 50 or 60 bucks. So put it up on eBay and on Poshmark and see where it sells first. Keeping things going with the Hokas, and these Hokas are the Clifton 5 model, and the Clifton 5 is also a really good model to pick up. There are a ton of different Hokas out there, so I always suggest that you guys check the comps on whichever pair you find just to see what you're getting yourself into. But the Clifton 5 also sells fairly well, so I should get somewhere between maybe 40 to 50 bucks, especially after I clean these up, because these aren't in the best condition. But after a quick little cleaning, and I did 2 videos on how I clean shoes, so I'll throw those in the card so you guys can check that out later. But after I clean these shoes up, I should be getting at least 40 to 50 bucks for these. And last in terms of running shoes is a pair of Adidas Ultra Boost for women, and the Ultra Boost model isn't as popular as it used to be, so the value isn't as high, but I should definitely still get somewhere between 50 and 60 bucks for these shoes, especially after I clean them up. I only paid, I think the price is on the bottom, I only paid $4.99 for these shoes, so definitely not a bad investment whatsoever. Once I clean them up, they would look really good, and I should easily get about 50 bucks either on eBay or on Poshmark. Didn't even realize it, but I picked up a ton of shoes over this past week, and this is a pair of Jordan 12s, and these are the Flu Game colorway. And the only thing with these shoes, what I kind of wish wasn't the case, was that the fact that there was like melted candle wax all over these shoes. So it's gonna take me a little while to kind of clean that off. I might have to like brush it off or use some rubbing alcohol. I'll try a different method and see what gets the candle wax off very quickly and easily. But I paid 30 bucks for these shoes, and as you guys know, I usually don't pay that much for sneakers, but these shoes were in a size 12, and they were in really good condition. Probably worn one time, and whoever donated them probably just didn't want to deal with the candle wax. So it is what it is. I'll just deal with that and I'll clean it up. So I should definitely be getting at least 100, maybe 120, maybe a little higher depending on how it looks after I get off the candle wax. But I didn't even check the comps when I picked this up. I saw they were selling for 30. I got 25% off, and I just went ahead and scooped it up because I knew I would get at least 100 bucks for these. And last but certainly not least is a pair of Jordan 3s, and I believe these are the Wolf Gray or something like that. I'm not a huge fan of these new colorways. I'm definitely more of like a retro old school kind of guy, but these were in really good condition. I did clean these up just a little bit because the white area was a little dirty. The midsole usually always has a lot of scuffs and stains, so I definitely tried to clean that up just a little bit. And these don't have a huge resale value. I've been seeing the comps somewhere between like 50 and some as high as like 80 bucks. So hopefully I'll get somewhere in between there, and I'll be putting this on eBay and Poshmark, and we'll see where it sells first. And that's what we have for the shoe. So moving right along is this Philadelphia Sixes, and this is a shooting jersey, very classic. I remember when these came out when I was probably in junior high school. Maybe I was like just coming into high school when these type of styles was dropping, but these were super dope at the time, and of course I couldn't afford it. So now just being able to pick it up is always nostalgic for me. And I picked this up for $2.99, and I didn't even check the comps on this either, because I do know these sell for some decent money. So once after checking the comps, I'll probably throw it up on the screen for you guys, but I'm pretty sure I should be getting at least 40 to 50 bucks for this jersey, but I might get a little more depending on how the Sixers actually do in the playoffs. If they're doing really well and they go deep into the playoffs, somebody might be wanting to pick this up and wear it to a playoff game, so I might get a little more money for that. So we'll see how it sells. Next up is this Lululemon jacket for women, and the best thing about this jacket is the fact that it still has the tag on there. Now, for a lot of you guys out there, I know anytime you find Lululemon, the tag is usually the first thing that's ripped out, and I always suggest that you check the pockets, because that's usually where they have the size tag. But fortunately, the tag is still on this one, and this is a size 12, so it's fairly big, but it definitely should sell somewhere between 30 and 50 bucks. I don't know the exact name of this one in particular, so I'll just do the research and see how much this one is actually selling for, but I'll put it up on eBay and Poshmark and see where it sells first. Next up is this big ass pair of Carhartt jeans, and these jeans were, in my opinion, I think they were pretty dope. I know somebody that's either a mechanic or somebody who just appreciates workwear would definitely want to pick these up. And the thing with Carhartt is that they definitely have a really big following. Mostly some of the flannel shirts and some of the jeans and some of like the, I don't even know how to describe it, but they're kind of like khaki pants, but they have like hammer loops and stuff like that. Those usually do sell very well for me. So I'll definitely be putting this up on eBay, and I'm pretty sure it will sell there first. But if it takes any length of time, I'll throw it up on Poshmark and we'll go from there. But anytime I do pick up these Carhartt jeans, they always sell for at least 30 to 40 bucks. Moving right along is this striped shirt from the brand Dolce & Gabbana, and this shirt is very, not my style whatsoever. I was going to say it was tacky, but I don't think it's that bad. I've seen a lot worse from the brand Dolce & Gabbana. But this shirt should sell somewhere between 40 and 50 bucks. The last Dolce & Gabbana shirt that I picked up was more of like a dress shirt, and that one sold within at least 2 days, and I think it sold for like 40 bucks. So this one isn't as dressy. This is more of a casual type of shirt, but I should still fetch somewhere around that same price point. So if you guys see Dolce & Gabbana, definitely do your research first, because they do make a lot of fakes. Just some of the things to look out for, like I've told you, even when it comes to sneakers, check the stitching, because the stitching, especially around the tag, that's a dead giveaway. Sometimes the stitching is kind of wonky and just really tacky looking and cheap. So just be on the lookout for that, and just do more of like a quality control when it comes to picking up high-end brands. You could always just do a quick little Google check as well, just to see what you're getting yourself into. But Dolce & Gabbana should definitely sell for about 40 to 50 bucks. Next up is a pair of khakis for women, and this is from the brand Mountain Khakis, and this was actually in the men's section. So I'm not sure if the employees put this in the wrong spot or if someone was trying to hide it. But the brand Mountain Khakis is very strong, and it always does well for me. And since this one is for women, I should get somewhere between 35 and 45 bucks on eBay for these pants. So be on the lookout for Mountain Khakis. They also have a lot of like outerwear, just outdoorsy type of clothing, similar to Patagonia and cool. Next up is a pair of Under Armour pants, and these are more of like tactical pants for like security guards or police officers. And these pants surprisingly do very well on eBay and on Poshmark. And you should definitely get somewhere between 35 and as high as 45 bucks for these pants. These are used, they're not brand new, so I probably will get maybe close to the $35 range, but they are in really good condition, no tears or no holes. So definitely be on the lookout for Under Armour tactical pants. Next up is this jacket from Forever 21, and I usually never pick up anything from Forever 21 because the quality usually is just terrible. But this jacket was actual genuine leather, so I had to pick it up for only 8 bucks, and I probably will get maybe 40, maybe 35 bucks for these. and I'll put it up on Poshmark and see if it sells fast on there, and if not, I'll list it on eBay. But definitely be on the lookout for certain Forever 21 pieces. I'm not going to say all of them have value, and I'm not going to say all of them are worthless, but since this one is genuine leather, I'm pretty sure someone could appreciate this one. And moving right along is another jacket, and the funny thing is the season's is changing, but I'm finding a lot of jackets, but trust me, that's not stopping me from picking them up, especially if I can get them for a good price. And I actually got this from a trade from Crossroads, and this one was only, I believe they was asking 28 bucks for this one, and I had some money on trade, so I wasn't tripping about the price whatsoever. And I checked the comps, and the comps on eBay, some sold for as high as 80 bucks and some as low as like 60. So I definitely knew there was a lot of money to be made. And this one had a few minor snags and some little stains, but nothing too serious, especially considering the age. So if you guys see any of these like vintage satin jackets, especially if it has like a really big patch with embroidery on it, definitely pick it up. This one only has one patch. There's nothing on the back, unfortunately, but this is definitely still super dope and it should sell well. Next up is this Brioni blazer, and I've talked about Brioni in the past. If you guys didn't know, Brioni is definitely one of the high-end blazer brands that I like to sell. And since this is from Brioni, even though it is a simple navy blue blazer, I definitely should fetch somewhere between $200 and $250 for this blazer. So definitely be on the lookout for the brand Brioni. Definitely one of my favorite pieces to sell, and I do still have the price tag on this, and this one was only $5.99. So when this one sells, I will definitely be very happy. And last but certainly not least is a grail piece for a lot of people that appreciate vintage Ralph Lauren, and this is from Polo Sport, and this one was in fairly good condition. I'll definitely have to throw this in the wash and get rid of some of those stains, but I know if I was to take this to maybe somewhere like a round 2, I'm pretty sure I would get maybe $100 bucks for this jacket, because it is a grail. It is something that a lot of people would probably be highly sought after, and it's just in really good condition. There's no holes and no tears, and like I said, once I wash it and get rid of some of those stains, I'll definitely take it to a consignment shop where I could probably get some more money for it. But in the meantime, I'll probably throw it up online, eBay, and Poshmark, and see where it sells first. So that's all I got for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed that one, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you guys got any comments, any questions, or if you're interested in purchasing one of these items before they go up for sale, definitely drop it in the comments. Send me an email, let me know, and I'll work something out with you guys. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.